So go up to Tennessee. They have like quarter comics.
We have quarter bins and methamphetamines. If you do some meth, you can look for comics for a long time.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
I'm in such
What
a
did I
fucking
walk
mood, dude.
into?
This is the show. This is the. So I just want to say thank you very much to all of our viewers. This is obviously our last show, and
reminder: this is TVMA, and this is why we have to throw this graphic up pretty often.
Not Near Mint is a show designed for audiences over the age of 18. If you're a viewer under the age of 18, please stop watching Not Near Mint. It's not that we don't want you as a fan. It's just that we'll probably get in trouble if you watch us.
Yeah.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Not Near Mint. We are now at episode 65. We have a very special guest. Her name is Kat Calamia. She's a writer for Newsarama. She does some work for, I think you kind of know it as DC Universe. Yes. And she has a book out. It's called Like Father, Like Daughter. But first, how about some toe thumbs? We're going to go right off to Miracleman.
Toe thumbs. Yeah, so I was just showing, so everybody understands. First of all, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. But right before the show started, we were backstage, and I gave the thumbs up, and I pointed out that I have some weird-looking thumbs. So, yes, I do. I have a mutant thumb. I was born with it. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, thank you very much for pointing that out, Rob.
If we don't kink shame, we're not going to thumb shame. And I always have little cuticles hanging out of mine.
Well, there you go.
Isn't that right? Maybe fantastic.
I'm going to thumb shame. I'll thumb shame you all night. I have a double jointedness. Like I can do that. Well, and then I can bend my thumb back.
I can do this with all my fingers. They're real creepy.
Yeah, the double jointedness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Air Spider.
No. I don't have a nub tongue.
You know what they say?
Like they're funny.
You know what they say? Marry a woman who's double jointed, and you'll never be sad a day in your life. And it's true. My wife's double jointed.
Not necessarily true. It's really what you put into it more than anything.
Allow me to be very superficial, Rob. Come on.
But we're all a little bit. But at the same time, it goes so much deeper. Isn't that right? Mind shift. We kind of know it as.
All these euphemisms. Oh, man. You guys are hilarious. Look at that. My thumb can do that.
Automatically.
We are all mutants, baby.
Do that.
We're weirdos.
Ka-ching! I wish.
So I want to thank everybody for coming out today. We see in the chat we have Bubs, we have Chris Barrett, we have Life with Two YouTubers, which, by the way, we have coming up next week on the 28th. Let me see if I can find the banner here somewhere. I know I made it right beforehand. And I'm never going to find it. So, Lady Fantastic, how are you feeling so far today?
Oh, I'm not dead. My throat is very, very sore, and my tonsils are very swollen. But this past Sunday, we had a lot of wind and then a drop in the temperature. So I think it's allergies. Really hurts. Not been in a great mood, so. But I'm okay. I mean, I want to be social. I don't care. I care.
I'm glad that you're here. And we'll keep the audience updated. Usually we wind up doing something on Saturday nights on Lady Fantastic's channel. So keep checking both my Instagram and Lady Fantastic's Instagram just to find out if we're still going to be on for Friday. Lady Fantastic's health is a lot more important than comic books, I assure you.
Yeah, but I still like being social because it's good. Like, if you're sick and you're just, like, fucking stuck all day, it sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to see the stuff you guys got.
Definitely. But just a couple last things here. We wind up having next week on the 28th. I think that's on a Friday after Thanksgiving. Sharon, Life with Two YouTubers, will be doing the Isle of Celebration. It's in honor of Cade hitting 1,000 followers on YouTube. As well as Rena Brown, she has a new book, and for those that don't know, you can go ahead and purchase that. It's still up for sale right now. It's called Isle of the Dark, and let me see if I still have that up here. There's the link down below, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you want to check that out, it's at the isleofthedark.com. We're all going to be checking each other out as a big party next Friday. So I think we should probably get to the person at hand. We have a special guest today.
We do.
That's
I wonder who.
I was like, why is Sharon saying Blue Yoshi? Because you got a freaking Blue Yoshi right there.
Oh yeah, Yoshi's badass. I just want to let it be known right now, I would ride that blue dinosaur everywhere. I would throw away my car. I wouldn't even sell it. I would drive it into a dumpster, and then I would get on my blue dinosaur and ride it every day for the rest of my life.
You can glide in the air for a couple of minutes. It's awesome.
And I'm telling you what, I personally think it's abusive to bonk him in the head to get him to stick his tongue out. I would be bonking that blue son of a bitch every single second I could. I love Yoshi. Sorry.
Well,
what about a yes?
I would feed him so many of the
go ahead, Lily.
apples that he would shoot a little one-up out of his butt. Anyways, never mind.
Well, now that we've made a great impression.
Calamia.
Hey guys,
Welcome to the
thanks for having me.
show.
Hey, I feel like I need to talk about my thumbs, but I don't know if I will.
Maybe next time.
Thumb shame.
Yeah.
No thumb shame.
Listen, you've probably done interviews in the past, and they've discussed comics or what you're,
Throw that out the
you're
window.
doing.
Not happening.
Here, we're going to talk about thumbs and blue dinosaurs.
You know what? That sounds good to me. All right, that's different. I like it.
Fantastic. Anyway, let's actually talk about your project.
Definitely. You have a Kickstarter. You're on issue number 7 of Like Father, Like Daughter. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what the project's about?
Yeah, so the Kickstarter launched about a week ago. It's about a high school girl. Father left her to become a full-time superhero. Everyone in the world loves him except for her, and then she inherits his abilities. So we're up to issue 7. A lot has happened since our first issue. In issue 5, we learned that Casey, our main character's mom, was actually the villain this whole entire time. So she works for the KGB. She's kind of the one behind all this and behind Jim leaving. So now in issue 7, Casey's going to be a reluctant hero. The very powers that made her dad leave is something that she has to utilize. So, yeah, we're really gearing up to a really big finale with a ton of twists and turns. I keep saying that the series will not be the same after issue 8. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this Kickstarter. We have a lot of great variant covers. Literally for $1, you can get up to 20 free comics. If we get up to the $6,000 tier, or the $6,000, I guess, tier, we're going to give you 8 more comics. You're already getting 8 comics for the indie bundle. And then every couple of backers, you actually unlock more indie comics. We're right now up to, I believe, 11 indie comics you're getting. We are like $700 away from getting those 20 books. And they're like big books, some stuff from Action Lab. So, and you could literally just spend $1 or any tier to get that, which is pretty cool.
That's a beautiful cover right there.
Yeah, the concept artist for the Suicide Squad movie did that one. I love it.
Wow.
Wow. That's
great.
Awesome.
A question.
Mhm.
Will the neurological agent Novichok be involved in this plot line?
No, but we could change that, right?
Make it happen. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what edits are for. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Spencer and Locke is one of the books that's in the indie bundle there.
Yeah, so I work for Newsarama, and David, who writes Spencer and Locke, was my editor over at Newsarama for like 3 years. So it's a very small world. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like this indie bundle has some like really cool books that you could go discover, and also obviously you could discover like Father Like Daughter as well. But yeah, there's just opportunities to get so many books and in such a good haul just for $1, and all that support really means a lot.
That's great.
Thank you.
So I see our interiors here. Who's the artist on the book?
The Wayne Brown is the artist. He's been the artist since issue 1. And yeah, I think he just does a great job at bringing a little bit of a cartoonier nature, maybe a little old school vibe I really wanted to bring for the superhero comic. And he nails the comedy pretty well as well.
I'll say this, he knows how to make a scared woman's face.
He does. He loves it.
It really has me remembering that old series Chew that they just restarted again without the same artist. But that the same kind of expressions, I love that. I miss Chew, and if there's not the same artist, maybe there's a new book to follow.
Yeah, maybe there is. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. It's a very dramatic series. It's called the superhero drama in the title. So I wanted to make the visuals a little bit more cartoony, but really still embrace the emotions that we needed for the book.
And very much just like on Chew, that wasn't a full-blown Warner Brothers sort of Bugs Bunny, let's just ham it up. They really killed characters you love the hell out of. So as long as you can mix the two of those, you can have a cartoony style and still do a very serious story when you get down to it. So
for sure. For sure. I agree. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's something we try to have for like Father Like Daughter as well, is just shocks and surprises like that Casey mom twist in issue 5. I was biting my tongue for years on that one, and it seemed like people really liked it. And it changed the story, and that's why when I say for issue 8, for that next issue, we actually have our highest tier is $250, where I get to spoil the issue for you if you want. I just message you and be like, how much do you want to know? And then we definitely just early on. You know, yeah, so I feel like as a comic reader, I sometimes get really anticipated for comics. I'm like, if I'm going to make it a high tier, I want to make it worthwhile. So I'm like, well, I'm going to tell you the biggest issue, what happens. And if you want that, if not, like we have covers and interiors and stuff, I'll show you. So I want to ask the backer themselves what they want from that tier. I want to really make it interactive.
That's how you build community. That's awesome.
I try. Thank you.
So is now, obviously I'm sure you cover this in the book, but her mom is leading the KGB against her daughter.
Yeah. So what's really fun about this, and we went through this in issue 6 a little bit, so that was our last issue, is that she's been keeping this a secret from her daughter. So her daughter does not know she works for the KGB. She thinks that was just, her dad left her. She was a single mom. She works really hard, but she doesn't know that she actually knows about Casey's abilities as well and has been keeping it a secret and all that. So it's really interesting, and we play a lot of that in issue 8. So issue 7 is a lot more about Casey, just because issue 6 was so much about Jessica and how there's a big question. I bring it up in issue 6, and I'll bring it up in issue 8 again, is what's more important, your children or your country? And there's a moment in issue 6, which I won't spoil if you guys haven't read it, where Jessica kind of proves the point of she kind of chooses her country in that issue. Will that continue in issues to come? Will she choose her child or her country? I want to say also hi to the Great Legend Show and Ace. And Ace, thank you so much for the support of the book. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like The Dancer as well, which is my other series.
Very cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, so you know Ace in our chat there? You know who Ace is?
I've seen their name before in my comments, which is cool. So welcome. And
Yes.
Great Legend Show actually I've known for like years. He's been part of the YouTube community for a long time. So I do know Rob.
My clobbering brother.
Yeah, yours is a name that for some reason when you first reached out and messaged me, I'm going, wow, that name kind of sounds a little familiar. I can't place it. I don't know why. Last night, as I'm finishing a job that went way too late, I'm exhausted by all means. I even had somebody today go, hey, Rob, so is your show starting now? I'm like, dude, it's like 11:30 in the morning. Yeah, it started like an hour and a half ago. Oh, God damn. So last night I'm listening to a show. I think it was like Soda Pops and yeah. So I'm listening to them, these Aussie guys, and this was from about 6 months ago or so, back in June. COVID just hit. You're putting this project together, and you're saying, I've been working for Newsarama, writing articles, writing reviews, and I'm going, that's how I know her. I've been reading her for years.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a small community, right? And I definitely am in different pockets of the community, which is cool. I love being a part of it, and it's just such a small world.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I remember you became. Were your parents comic readers? Because your name sounds like a superhero's name. You know, you got Peter Parker, you got Clark Kent, you got, and I'm going to ruin your last name. How do you say the last name?
Calamia.
There you go.
Yeah, my dad's a comic book reader. My mom definitely supports the comics. He doesn't read comics as much anymore, but when I was little, especially, like he used to read comics to me. And it's funny because a lot of people would ask, like, is like father like daughter based on your real life? And I always make the joke, no. My dad didn't leave me to become a superhero. But then I always say, like, no, my dad actually got me into comics. I have a really good relationship with him. And yeah, he got me into them. I feel like there's always someone in your life that gets you into comics.
Right. Notice she mentioned her dad. She did not say her mom is not in the KGB. So
no, exactly. My mom might be part of the KGB. Spoil that. That is actually part of my life.
You know, you got
Miracleman, you have the damn CIA, KGB, Homeland Security, and ISIS all coming for us just because you leaked that information.
unless they can find me from my thumbs, I'm good.
Hey, I just like to say this on behalf of all Americans. Fuck the GRU and fuck the Come at me, Putin, you bitch.
You know what? The funny thing is, I expect Lady Fantastic to fight Putin someday. Like literally fight. Like they'll both be on horses and just be like throwing haymakers.
He's but a little man. He's a little man.
Oh, geez, you even said it with the accent.
I would absolutely put my money on Lady Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It would be like that Indiana Jones thing. He would do all these judo moves, and I just pull out a gun and shoot him.
Right.
Please, somebody animate that.
I could see a comic with it for sure.
Lady kills Putin.
So you said
off of the century.
You had said earlier, you had done other books before. What are some of the other books you've done?
So, like, Holly Daughter was my first book, and I've done 7 issues of that. But I also have done They Call Her a Dancer, which is a mini series, which I believe Ace was talking about. It's about a young woman who's a dancer/assassin. When she was little, she witnessed her parents being murdered in front of her. Never dealt with that trauma until now. So we have 2 issues available of that. It's actually all done, but we're actually pitching it around right now. So, yeah, I've been trying to kind of keep those last 2 issues on hold for that very reason, but hopefully it comes out really soon and it's all done. So once it does start coming out again, we're actually coloring it as well as a black and white book before, just because I do feel like it fits as a black and white book, but it also brings another life as a color, as a book that has color. So yeah, that's another book I'm writing that you actually can get as an add-on for the Life of Allied Daughter Kickstarter.
Ooh. Hint, people.
Cool. Yeah. Very cool. That's a very interesting concept. It sounds like maybe obviously not directly from your life, but maybe you have some influence here on some of these stories.
Yeah, for sure. I think any book you write has some influence. I think a lot of the characters from like Father Like Daughter, there's pieces of me for sure in every character that I write, and I definitely seen that for certain. They call her a dancer. I think it was more of a state of mind. I think we've been in times in our lives when we felt down or I don't want to use depressed, but like I think we've all been in that time in our lives, and that's something I really wanted to showcase with They Call Her a Dancer. It's a very psychological book, and it's very much about a relationship with yourself. So that's something I really wanted to do. So yeah, I think everything boils down to something we've all related to. Even if I'm not an assassin or a dancer, there's something in that story I'm sure I could relate to and other people could relate to. And same thing for like Father Like Daughter. My dad didn't leave me to become a superhero, but I think there's other things within that story that I could relate to and other personality quirks I could relate to and hopefully other people could relate to.
Oh, fantastic. So, Rob, I'm sorry. You kept trying to ask a question, and I kept stepping on you.
No, I'm kind of used to it. It's fine. I'm a court reporter in real life. I'm used to not asking questions. I'm just used to kind of shutting the fuck up and just hanging out in the background. But in this kind of job, I actually get to express myself a little bit, and then I just throw it over to Miracleman and let him ask the question. But no, coming back to comic books, knowing that you're a creator, knowing that you're a comic books journalist, knowing that comics journalism has been a really difficult field for at least the last decade, between the Outhousers, Mary Sue, all the other different comic book websites out there, you have people either turning over very quickly or they've just been around forever, kind of like the guy that runs Bleeding Cool News that many people know about and seems to be very divisive. So being in the industry, where did you find your foothold in? Where did you wind up going, okay, this is kind of something I think I would like to do?
Yeah, well, from the journalism side, I have a degree in journalism, and I like comics, and I was able to kind of mesh the two. And starting with my YouTube channel, that kind of brought, I guess, a different flavor to journalism, and I was able to use that as a portfolio to get journalism jobs. But yeah, right when I got out of college, I was looking for a job, and I was like, let me utilize my journalism skills. And I actually contacted Newsarama. I said, hey, you looking for anybody? And they say, hey, we have a review section. You want to do some reviews? I'm like, okay. So I did reviews for them for a while. And then I went to Comic-Con for my YouTube channel, San Diego. And they're like, hey, do you want to do some coverage for us? I'm like, cool, yeah. And that kind of started me to do more and more work for Newsarama. And now I do mostly interviews for them, a lot of DC Comics interviews, a lot of Marvel interviews. So I'm kind of like one of their, I guess, bigger people that do the interviews for them. And then DC Universe, you just make friends in different places, like doing the Comic-Cons. One of my friends said, hey, do you need to get, well, I asked them actually, I'm like, is there any room at DC Universe? Like, yeah, sure, go pitch. And I pitched, and I was able to get a freelance job there. And then IGN, I had a friend who said, oh, you want to try applying to the comic book job here, comic book reviewing job? And like, cool. I worked there until the comic section didn't do reviews anymore. So it was mostly connections with other people that really helped. And I did have a degree in it, and I have a master's in TV writing, and all kind of connected into the journey of doing journalism, writing comics, and doing everything else I do.
So this wasn't just a, hey, I write comics, or rather, hey, I read comics, I think I'm just going to go ahead and be a journalist. No, you actually went to school for that. You went to school for writing, for television. So you had a full background before you even got started in this. So you were you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I knew I wanted to do. So I worked towards it for sure.
I'm glad that you're still around. I'm glad that you seem that you're very enthusiastic about your career coming up doing this. How does your 2021 look so far now?
Ooh, I mean, it's so hard because who knew 2020 was going to look the way it did? But yeah, I would say that definitely more like Father Like Daughter. We have that issue 8 that I'm really excited to release in 2021. And then after issue 8, we'll have a trade. So we have first trade out already. We're going to have a second trade that collects issues 5 through 8. And then also we're actually already planning, me and my really good friend, like in real life, we both write comics and just so happened that we wrote comics. So we're doing a crossover book with his book and mine, Haunting and Like Father Like Daughter. We just finished a script. We got the creative team down for, so we're gonna have a Kickstarter for that in 2021. I hope some more movement for the dancer. Hopefully, I'll have more news for that in 2021. And just working on other comic book projects that I could get my hands on. So it's looking bright so far. I hope we get Comic Cons because that's like a big thing that I miss and is a big part of selling comics. So that's a hope in 2021 that we get to go to more Comic Cons and they exist.
Well, I have one more question to ask, and this is something we're all into comics here. Not all creatives are into reading the comic books. So now knowing that you're a creator, that you're putting out books, what comics are you into? What are you reading?
What am I reading right now? I would say Seven Secrets is a really good one from Boom. I love Red Mother from Boom. I like a lot of indies right now. Scumbag from Image is really good. I really like that issue too.
That issue one was good.
Yeah, that was crazy. Stillwater is really good. And then going to like Marvel. Some of them are on hiatus, the Marvel books I like. So I really like Spider-Gwen, and that's just going to come back. I like Valkyrie. Iron Man's been really good. So those are some from Marvel. DC, I think Batman's been doing a really good job. That's probably my favorite from DC right now. But yeah, there's such a good variety of books coming from mainstream, from webtoons, from Kickstarter. There's a comic book for everybody.
That Iron Man book is great. Anything with Hellcat in it is just phenomenal. I'll read. You could have Hellcat selling adult Depends, and I'll buy them because Hellcat's on the package. I love that character. And you know what? Second issue, boy, did it make a bunch of chuds' heads explode. And you know, anytime you can get a comic book that makes a chud's head explode, whew, that's a good comic right there.
It's been great. And I just found out, and I mean, maybe I should have found out earlier, but the co-creator or the co-writer, one of the showrunners for the new Paper Girls TV show is actually the writer of Iron Man. I'm like, oh man, now I'm even more excited for Paper Girls because I love Paper Girls. So knowing that he's writing a really good Iron Man comic at the same time is great.
Yeah, Cantwell, right? Christopher Cantwell?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the artist on that book right now is Cafu. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Cafu, man.
Yes.
I love that they've been rising the ranks. They did Valkyrie. I think they did something else before Valkyrie. But Valkyrie's so good. I love Jane Foster. Yes. Another artist that does a really good job, Mattia, who did Invisible Woman, was really good art. Really like that miniseries. I'm glad they're kind of rising the ranks as well.
Cafu, about 10 years ago, Cafu did a book at DC for the Thunder Agents. DC got their hands on the Thunder Agents property. They had a lease or whatever, and they did 2 miniseries, and Cafu was the artist, and they were just, freaking phenomenal books. Just knocked it out of the park. But one of the biggest things was the visuals. It just pulled you right in. It's got a great energy, a really good flow to it. I love their art.
Oh yeah, for sure. So good.
No. Sorry, I'm ranting about another creator, and you're on the show. I apologize.
Honestly,
I'm just going to say the link below. Everybody, check out the Kickstarter. The link is in the chat. Comics on the Mind just posted it, so you can go find her at Kickstarter.com. Projects you can look up like Father Like Daughter. 1 through 7 is out, and Kat Calamia, you have the last word. Where can people find you? What is your Instagram, your Twitter, your social medias?
Mostly at Comic Uno. You can find me everywhere. So Twitter is probably where I'm most active. That Kickstarter, definitely go check it out. Hope you guys could go support. And Instagram, I'm on, not as active, but Kat Comic Uno. I'm on Facebook as well. You could find me Kat Calamia or the Comic Uno like page, and also Comic Uno Hating Claire Heroes for YouTube, where I do. I try to do 2 videos a week, but at least 1 video a week with the comic book review show every Wednesday.
All right. I thank you so much for reaching out. I'm looking forward to your comic book, your Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to getting it in my hands. So everybody,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Everybody, check out Kat Calamia. Check her out on the social medias. Check her out on the Kickstarters. Kat, thank you so much for coming to Not Near Mint this week. You are welcome anytime.
Oh, I appreciate it. And you guys have a nice night. I would love to come on again.
I want you to show comics now. See what
Yes, next time I'll have a pile of comics to show.
For sure.
Oh, right on.
That's what we want to do. We like getting nosy. We like getting
I love it.
interpersonal. Let's get
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Kat.
Take care.
Have a great night.
Good luck.
Good night. So now we're
Why do I feel like everybody who's done being interviewed by us goes on and texts all their friends, what asshole told me to go do that show?
You mean like the guy is going like, man, we were on NPR yesterday, and today I don't know what train wreck that shit was.
Matt was going to Matt Miner was going to NPR the next day. We scooped NPR, and man, talk about like starting in the dirt and going up to the top of the platform there, man.
Put him in the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Just a reminder, we're TVMA, everybody. So if you're under the age of 18, you should probably fuck off. But in reality, we don't care.
Yeah. No, we do. We do. Because Not Near Mint is a show designed for audiences over the age of 18. If you are under the age of 18, as Rob said, please fuck off.
Oh.
Hey. You have to tell them to fuck off like very carefully. That's why I'm doing the TV sort of look. That wasn't intentional. That just sort of happened.
No.
So, what did everybody pick up?
I picked up a lot of goodness.
All right, then you started talking first. You go
I'll go
first.
first. I was going to volunteer anyway.
That's what they all say.
Yeah. All right. So I didn't read everything. I'm still like many moons behind on my read pile, but I did read 39 and 40 of Incredible Hulk. And my gosh, I can't wait until issue number 41. I got to that last page. I can't wait until hold on. Issue number 41. That's not a spoiler, right?
Oh yeah.
Y'all know what time it is,
that
right?
was a great ending.
Great ending.
It's sometime. Anywho, Mr.
Al Ewing
Miracleman
is giving us everything in this Immortal Hulk series. Everything
Oh,
Hulk.
yeah,
He's giving us everything. Everything.
I agree.
Crazy.
There was
Sorry,
this
Pat.
real quick. There was a scene in that Immortal Hulk that, they did a comedic version of it in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. In this issue, it wasn't comedic at all.
No.
Sure wasn't.
Surprise. Anywho,
Wait, is there a chick with the dick?
Wait, what?
what?
What Ace Ventura are you watching?
The
Ace
second
Ventura
one.
Pet Detective. There was a
There was.
chick
There
with the
was.
dick.
There was that scene.
There was.
Yeah, that happened. That existed. But I was talking about the scene where
I'm sick. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's when nature. That's not Pet Detective. That's when nature calls.
Oh.
This is the
second
one
one.
My God.
that kind of gives
Crawling out the
birth to
butthole of the
something else.
rhino.
Yes.
Hey, can you guys excuse me for a second? I'm going to go get a fifth of scotch. I'll be right back.
You deserve it.
Don't
It's
Why?
2020. I'm not drinking. I can't. Someone needs to do it for me. So go right ahead. Back to you.
Slow motion, baby. So this was a book that was suggested by Miracleman, and I loved it. And issue number 2 came out. We live. Look,
Crazy good book.
I know. Issue number 1 was really good. I can't wait to read this. This is going on top of the read pile. And then
So much happens in this issue. It'll be over like that. You'll start reading, it'll be over like that.
That's how it always is.
So good. So good.
Here is Death Metal, of course. I'm still behind. I think I read issue number 3 already. I need to read 4 and then catch up on number 5. But what I've read has been pretty good so far. And then
Enjoyed it.
our guest mentioned Stillwater, and I am reading Stillwater. Here's issue number 3. Issue number 1 and 2 was so good.
Yes.
I loved it. Love the concept. Can't wait to read this issue tonight. And then I'm so far behind on the X of Swords, so I won't be able to read this tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Trying to catch up on all back issues tonight.
Man, I bailed on that X of Swords.
I wish I could have jumped off on that wagon with you, man, but I'm still reading.
It's good. It got better.
Oh yeah, I mean some stories are really good. Like I love Marauders. X-Force is good. I'm kind of chugging through Excalibur. And then Wolverine is really good too. I'm not reading Cable. I can't do Teenage Cable. I can't. I'm sorry. Once the Future is a good one.
Nice.
Can't wait to read this. What were you saying, Miracleman?
I can't do anything outside of X-Men. It's too much. It's too much. It's like 90s comics again. They're giving you 20 freaking titles you got to read in order to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm sorry.
Here's some Batman. 103, baby.
Yeah.
And then my store didn't have it last time when they came out, but they had it today. So they added it into my pile. So I got issue number 1 and issue number 2 of Villainous. So I started reading number 1, and I'm really digging it. The artwork is really cool. It's very unique. Yeah, it's a good read. Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, I got to read this one out. Go ahead.
Go ahead, we're listening.
So my homegirl Ace here says, can't wait to see the ASM number 1 Miracleman found in a box of abandoned kittens inside a Ferrari. Some dude gave to him because he thought his toe thumb was hot. Now listen, I may occasionally have some fanciful stories about this collection, but I don't think I've ever been given a Ferrari. I have found a box of kittens.
Ferrari.
Well, there was that one time you got that Ferrari that you got a really sweet deal on. You got it for like, what, $200, $250 because they found a dead body and they couldn't get the steel out. And there was an AF-15 in the trunk, but it was covered in blood. So they threw that away, but they gave you the ASM one, right?
Right. That's it.
But you got like 14 of those little like trees, scented trees, and you put it in there, and that smell went away though.
Right.
After a couple of weeks.
Actually, according to Mythbusters, that smell never fucking goes away.
Oh shit.
All right, anyway, we should get back to Comics on the Mind.
I'll just leave it at this before he gets back to it. Way back in the day, there was somebody that I helped drive to the airport because she went out of town, and she came back and we're like, what smells like death? She left a sandwich in her car. Imagine if it was a body. Comics on the Mind. Oh,
I could say something really morbid, but I'm not. Get off of me, Casey Anthony.
I'm done. I'm just
damn, girl.
My LCS just threw in this book right here. I guess the top artist of today.
Cool.
And of course, I got Momoko in here. Who is this? We got a lot of good artists in here.
Oh, there was a Peach Momoko that came out today that was Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Anybody get that?
Damn. Look at this.
She's got the Blade Runner, the first issue of Blade Runner. She's doing the cover on. Peach Momoko is everywhere right now. She's everywhere. She's everywhere.
I had a whole conversation about that with my one of the dudes that worked at my LCS. It's just like we're being drowned with her, and it's like the covers get so expensive, dude.
You know what?
I mean, her art's okay. Like, I'm not trying to hate on her art, like, but
no, she's great.
Yeah, but it's like $400. Like, I'm done. By the way, I showed all my books.
Well, I'm just gonna keep it on you because sometimes it gets really awkward.
Yeah, Shattered. That Momoko Rorschach, that looked great.
Oh, she came out with one? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that came out today. My brother actually ordered one for me. Yeah, so I'm waiting. I didn't get it today, but it's a killer looking cover. That Momoko Rorschach is really good.
I might pick that up this weekend when I have some.
I just got the regular. My shop only got the cover A. But oh well, it's not like her covers are blowing up or anything anymore. So who's next?
You.
Miracleman's next. Miracleman.
You want me to go next?
Yes.
I'm up. All right.
Wraps around in the underpants.
You are putting way too much clothes on me. All right. So,
wait, you're wearing clothes?
Right now.
Why do you think I don't go on camera? Of course, I'm not wearing clothes.
Of course. Miracleman, then do this.
We're gonna do the new ones first. I got the Immortal Hulk.
Nice.
You're right, Ace. Mirka and Dolfo is phenomenal. There, Dark Knight's Death Metal. There's that Mind Hunter. My comic book reading club, my secret comic book reading club. It's not that much of a secret.
You just told us.
All right. That Texas Blood #1 third printing. We're going to be reading that this Sunday, or we're going to be going over that book this Sunday. We Live #2. Killer book. Commanders in Crisis #2.
Is this good?
I'm digging it. It's the second issue. It was like it started and it was over really, really fast. But it gave you everything. It gave you action. It gave you backstory. It gave you intrigue. It gave you mystery. It packs a lot into the book. It really does.
So is it like a continuation story or like a different story each?
No. It's the same tale. It's one long story. Yeah. Justice League #57. There's that variant cover. Another tie-in. Excuse me, to the Dark Knight's metal or Dark Knight's Death Metal. I can't show you the cover because I get the erotic connected.
Darn.
Faithless #2, and I ain't getting us kicked off.
You're dirty.
There's Batman 103. Second issue. This came out today. Legacy of Mandrake the Magician #2. This was the first issue. Was really good. You know, I like these characters. I like the old King Features characters. I like all those terrible Silver Age characters nobody talks about anymore. But this is a legacy character. Her universe is bigger than just her. There's other heroes. You know, it's from Stonebot's the imprint, but it's Red 5 Publishing. So, you know, FemForce #190. I'm still getting this book, but I'm getting it because I've collected the whole series. It's really gone downhill. So, yeah, in general, it's really gone downhill.
Story-wise, you mean?
Yeah, well, I
think the art's still good.
The art's still decent. It's not what it used to be. It looks like what they did was they had a sister book that they put out called Super Babes, and that was garbage. It was literally garbage. Okay, I'm sorry. I try not to slam books. I was buying it. I got the first 3 issues. I was like, I can't even read this. This is horrendous. And I read some shitty books, y'all.
Yeah, you do.
I read.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, I love comics from the shittiest shitty comic to you know, the best ever written, obviously by Alan Moore, because there's no better writer.
Bestiest to the shittest shit.
Yes, I read everything. I love comics. I don't even care if it's a good story. I'll fucking read it, okay? But if I can't read your book, that means you have literally the shittiest book that's ever been made.
Because he reads a lot of shit.
I read everything, including lots of shit.
Gratuitous crap.
Hey, my friend Gratuitous Sax is here, so be careful.
I'm sorry.
So then Darth Vader number 5 there. I dropped this series. It was good. It was good, but I can't. It's too much.
I can't.
I just can't anymore. I did get a Kickstarter in, and I'm not a big fan of two brothers that are into the small press comic scene. Not a big fan of theirs, the Dunn brothers. But I try to divorce myself from
Logic.
from the. I try to take the art for itself. I try to forget the creator. I try to appreciate what it is.
If they're chodes.
Yeah, the Dunn brothers are kind of chodes. But there's so many other creators on this book. So a couple years back, they did this book. It was called War of the Independents, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was a horrible book. It made no fucking sense. But it had like every indie character ever. It had Too Much Coffee Man. It had it had fucking
Too Much Coffee Man.
It had fucking.
Did it have Yarn Man though?
It had
Ooh.
Flavor Flav. It had. Listen, if it was an indie character, it was in this book. They were in this book, and it was garbage. It was a garbage book. But I bought every issue, and I loved them. So this one here is kind of the same thing. One of the Dunns here, they call him the father of American manga. Okay, because he did.
Stupid. What the fuck is American manga? That's comics.
Yeah, I know. So he did Ninja High School.
Manga.
He did Ninja High School, but this Indie Wars, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't finished it. You can see right here that there's a lot of IPs being stolen because there's no way Star Trek.
Family Guy, no way.
Brian
Booster Gold.
and
Captain
Stewie.
Kirk. Wow.
This guy
and
here, this fat kid with the glasses, he's somebody from British comics. Alan Moore. There's Rick.
Archie.
There's
Reed
Doc Emmett Brown, Reed Richards.
Yeah.
There's Tommy
Mysterio.
Tomorrow.
E.T.
Like literally,
There's Warlock.
none of this is authorized. Look, the little midgets there, they're the Time Bandits. Remember that old Terry Gilliam movie?
Yeah.
And up here, look, they're traveling through time and they park their time bubble. And look at all the vehicles. There's the DeLorean. There's the H.G. Wells.
Time machine.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid term.
But look at this. Look at all the creators here. Yeah, fuck William Shatner. Look at all the creators here. All right. A lot of creators. I actually got all right. I also picked up some back issues. I visited the junk shop.
What issues are you backing, man?
I went to the junk shop.
Is this where the from the box of kittens?
This is the box of kitten books.
Okay.
There's no AF-15, but there's some good stuff. Aftershock Genesis #1. What's the matter? What's the matter, Rob? What's the matter?
What's the matter for you?
Teen with a box of kittens.
I'll take the kitten.
But one time I did actually find a box of kittens on the side of the highway.
Dude, I have
Oh my gosh.
I want to talk about it. That's depressing.
No. They lived. We saved them.
Yeah, I know, but it's depressing. The fact
Yeah,
that
it
I
happens.
do that.
It happens.
I know.
People are evil. When we find them, they get the mini bat. That's what they get. They get the mini bat.
Excuse me?
If we find the people who leave the boxes of kittens on the side of highways,
okay.
those people get the mini bat. Listen, I don't care. Police, you can use this as evidence. If everybody's ever like, that guy beat me with a mini bat, and I'm like, yeah, he left some fucking kittens on the side of the road. I did it. Okay, I did it. I admit it. I did it. You can't see my face, but I admit it. Miracleman says he did it. All right.
Motherfucker.
I like animals. What can I say? Death's Head #1. This isn't his first appearance. His first appearance is in a Doctor Who magazine, believe it or not.
It's like a British comic, right?
Yeah. UK. Yep.
Yeah, UK.
Euchre. Dreadstar number 50. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really care for Dreadstar, but the cover's cool. And now this is something I was pretty happy to find. I've been trying to put this mini together. It's a prestige format series from First Publishing, Crossroads. And it's a crossover series with all of their different creators. There's Whisper and Sable. Here's Sable and Badger. The next one's Badger and I don't know what. I can't even remember. I did save the kittens, Ace. Yeah. And goddamn Ace, you don't get me in trouble, girl. Anyway, so I was happy to find this. It's real nice looking. The next book is a book that is like literally. I did punch a guy in the face over somebody else's dog once. We won't get into that. Here's Edge number 1.
That's a nice cover.
So this is Greater Mercury. Greater Mercury is the second publishing company for Chris Silver. Chris Silver created Silver Wolf Comics. Their late 80s, early 90s, black and white, has Tim Vigil's first work, has Ron Lim's first work. Ron Lim's first pro work was Eradicators number 1. You're going to look at it and think, some like 8th grader drew it on the back of a notebook one time. And I've been meaning to grab that actually.
Same here.
But from stories are told, apparently Tim Vigil did a cartoon K-Fab interview and said, Chris Silver was kind of just grabbing kids out of high school because they didn't know any better and they'd take any amount of money because they just wanted to work in comics. They thought it was so cool. So it sounds like Chris Silver kind of abused the crap out of him. Anyway, Silver Wolf went bankrupt. Chris Silver opened up Greater Mercury. And at the very beginning of this, which is their first title in Greater Mercury, he says, we've leased many of the characters from Silver Wolf. You didn't lease them, asshole. They were your IP. He was trying to not make it look like he basically what he did, and I don't know for a fact, but it sounds like what he did was he went bankrupt so he could get away from paying bills and then just opened up the exact same thing just with a new name.
Yeah, companies do that all the time now.
All the time. Right. Pokemon. Listen, I'm not a Pokemon person. This Pokemon missed me by a good 15 years. Okay.
I had that book.
But
that's middle school right there for me.
These books are tough to find in high grade. Okay.
Yep.
Several reasons. First and foremost, they were sold in packs at toy stores, not comic shops.
That's how I got mine.
Okay. They were sold in a blister pack. I actually have one of the blister packs. I grabbed it for my brother because he's a big Pokemon guy. But got this book for what was it, 25 cents? Yeah, 25 cents. Now, Ninja High School, I showed you guys that book. That was the crossover book there. And Ninja High School is Ben Dunn. I think it's Ben Dunn. He's one of the Dunn brothers. He's been doing this Ninja High School book for years and years and years. Now, this is one of their swimsuit specials, and I wanted to show you this. I wanted to show you this because I've never seen a cover that did this before. Ninja High School swimsuit special 93. You see everybody standing there, right? But look at this.
Yeah.
It is Grant. Seriously, look it up. Lim did Eradicators and Vigil did Grips. Incredible. Yes, I am old, Ace. What the fuck? That's fucked up, bro. So anyway, check this out. Look at this little flip. Let's see. Now they're in the bikinis.
Oh yeah.
Dressed. Now they're in their bikinis.
Hooers.
Okay? Wait. Look, here's the back. Now they didn't do it on the back, but they did this.
Nice.
I'd never seen one like that before. It was a weird cover to me.
Oh,
so,
pretty cool.
It was 25 cents.
I love that old school style of anime.
It doesn't quite line up though.
Yeah.
It's close.
They try. The
Speaking
bodies
of,
are a little bigger.
Speaking of loving really crappy comics, here's Xenia #1 from Sanctuary Press. Cover's cool. All right. A little milestone. We got Blood Syndicate #20 there. Almost done with that series.
Ooh, nice.
Yo, I got a nice pile of Hulk today. Yesterday.
Oh,
Day
you
before.
did this?
What'd you get?
366.
Ooh, the countdown is about to commence.
Simonson, yep. 364.
That's a nice cover.
And lady, when I grabbed this one, I was thinking of you. Oh, wait. Because it's from the assistant editor's month. That's why I was thinking of you. I ruined it because I wanted to surprise you. But the cover, you're going to see the picture and you go, oh, you were thinking of me, you psycho? 291.
I've got that one.
I was like, I need to add a caveat.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then I got a couple of issues of Ghost. I've been collecting Ghost from Dark Horse, the old school stuff. Only the individual issues. I'm not going to buy the trades. But there's #8, and here with a beautiful Adam Hughes cover, #6.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
I buy an Adam Hughes cover, anything. I don't care, but I also like Ghost. Hawk Girl. You guys know in 2006 there was a Hawk Girl series from DC by Walt.
Nuts is chiming in. Hulk best epic. Of course, Hulk Nuts. We would expect nothing less of you.
Oh, nuts!
Walt
So-
Simonson.
I've got a huge bunch of books over there that I'm going to be showing on Lady Fantastic show on Friday.
Hulk
ahead.
Nuts ASM Connect.
Walt Simonson and Howard Chaykin were doing a Hawk Girl book in 2006. Okay.
Yes, I know because I have a couple of issues. I have that issue
51
Ooh.
and 52.
and I have 56.
I have 52 and 51.
I did not realize Chaykin was doing. I would have bought it if I had realized Chaykin was on it, and I just didn't realize Chaykin was on it.
I didn't either, and that's why I picked it up.
What other mainstream stuff has Chaykin done in this century for DC? I can't think of any.
The Shadow?
That was in the 2000s?
No, you said
Right.
this century. I mean,
Right.
I thought you meant just like in the last 100 years.
No,
Like
20
in
years.
the
Last
20th century.
last 20 years.
20th century.
I know in the last 20 years he did some work for Marvel with like Secret Avengers or
Yes. But he's been doing indie stuff for most of the 21st century, for the last 20 years. So I didn't even realize he was doing this.
Well,
All right. Now I'm gonna pull a couple of out of these middle.
Come on,
of the
come
road books out
on.
here. Let me go here. All right. DC Comics presents #28, second appearance of Mongol.
Ooh.
Second appearance. Speaking of Incredible Hulk,
Mhm.
Volume 2, #13, First Devil Hulk.
Whoa.
No
Nice.
way.
Don't believe this.
Wow.
Don't believe this filthy lie. I paid 50 cents.
Don't believe it, just
Uh,
watch. Don't believe it, just watch.
Cave Woman, Missing Link #1. I love the Cave Woman series. It is. The early stuff's great.
Yeah.
The modern stuff's garbage. Angel and the Ape #1.
That's great. Now a 12 center.
350.
Oh, nice.
Shit.
350. I think that's the most expensive book I bought last week.
But that's a beauty.
She debuted, didn't she?
Yeah.
Local pickup off an eBay bid.
Bitch.
Who here has seen the movie The Adventures of Baron Munchausen?
Excuse me?
Absolutely. That's my childhood.
You and me both, brother. You and me both. Did you know they did a Now Comics miniseries adaptation?
Yes. Yeah. It was only like 3 issues, but
4. There's
Four.
#4.
I've never heard of this.
Oh,
Now Comics way back in the day, they would license just about everything.
everything.
It wouldn't mean it was always good, but
Right.
it was always interesting.
I think
Yes.
I've heard of Munchausen by proxy.
You should all look up Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Robin Williams has a small part in it. It's
Nice.
Terry Gilliam, a bunch of,
John.
yep. But one of the bunch of the guys
It's
from Monty
Python
Python.
boys. Yeah.
Yep. Now, I got some other really nice silver-ish into bronze books here.
Show us.
Excuse me?
Mandrake the Magician, number 3.
Sweet.
Ooh.
From King Features. Number 5.
Oh, I love this cover, dude.
Number 6.
Now you see it, now you don't.
And The Phantom, number 23, also from King.
Oh, nice.
50 cents, all of them, 50 cents.
Meow, meow.
And then, now, I have not been able to find the Charlton ones, but I did get the Modern Comics reprint of Peacemaker number 2.
All right.
All right.
And, you know what, I'm only going to show you, you know what, let me show you these two. Do I need to say anything else?
No.
No.
Words are not needed.
These books are actually, they have shot up recently. The first 4 issues of JSA Classified, once clogging up the dollar bins, they're skyrocketing, and I think we all know why.
There's a couple of big reasons.
Couple of very big reasons right there. You know what? I got to show you this here. Look at this. Chaos Moon number 1. Look at that cover.
That's a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
Caliber Comics. They went out of business, 10 years ago, 25 years ago, something like that, 25 years ago. That's just a killer cover. Caliber's back, by the way. They're reprinting. They're doing like trades and collections of their stuff. So they are back. The cover's amazing. The interior, they did mostly black and white, but the interior is, it's good.
Amanda Connor.
You know what? That's it. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Everything.
That's all she wrote.
I mean, I got a couple others, but it's fine. It's fine. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
Hurry.
Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron 1/2. It was a Wizard special.
Very cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love getting those. Any of those Dark Horse Star Wars. Filling out the Swamp Thing run. There's a Grant Morrison number 142.
I want to collect that series.
A Grant Morrison 143. And one of the Mark Millar 155.
Wow.
Solomon Grundy there. 22 Brides number 4. This is the series that Painkiller Jane originates in. First issue of 22 Brides. It's Palmiotti's on it. He's doing inks. Scott Lee does pencils, and it's scripted by Fabian Nicienza. It's worth a read if you find it. It's Event Comics, so it's not like anybody's looking for it. And then here's the last 3. Zombie from Milestone. This is one of the hardest series to find for Milestone. Number 7. I don't know why Zombie's so tough. Number 8. Because Zombie's the one they brought back in New 52. They brought back Static and they brought back Zombie. And somehow, I don't know how they sold any Zombie comics because I can't find them anywhere.
He definitely got denied. Sorry.
Access denied.
Unfortunately, I did miss out. Anyway, Lady Fantastic, I think it's your turn.
Okay, well, I didn't get anything new, but I did finish out a run that I had been trying to collect. But what I'm going to show you are Adventure Comics 428 through 440. 431 through 440 are the ones that I want you to pay attention to. I mean, pay attention to them all. But this is the first appearance of the Black Orchid. So this is 428. And then we've got 429 and 430. Okay. But now we've got this begins the Adventure Comics Spectre run with Jim Aparo art. So this is issue 431, 432, 433. Oh my god, I just love this shit. 434. 435, Just so glad that I put this together. Now I do want to read it all. 436.
Tentacles.
Hentai. 437. That's a great one. 438. 439. And the final 440. So now I've got the entire Adventure Spectre run. And
Nice.
read it. Yeah, so
Now
that's
you just need to get yourself a showcase number 60, which I was about to tag you on Instagram. Gardner Comics has been putting up these amazing deals on Instagram lately. And I saw a showcase 60 that he had up for like $48. It was like in a VG plus. And right as I'm about to tag you, I see claim.
Oh.
it's okay.
I paid a lot more for my copy, and my copy looks Toa. Ooh,
Toa
Toa.
from the Flow Up.
Toe up to the floor.
This was from Troy Chavez. He's a really cool dude, and I messaged him. He said he had some extras, and so I'm sending him a 2016 Champions #1 in exchange for this. So thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Voice.
Now
Yeah,
let's do this Bronze Age shit.
Well, I haven't shown anything.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Rob gotta show shit.
I'll be real
Yeah,
quick.
Rob.
Quick as I can. Okay, let's throw all this stuff up here so y'all know who I am, although I think y'all kind of know who I am. So I usually do this thing here, what's in the briefcase, and for me, it was a heavy, heavy week. So changing cameras around here, and let's get started. So big week. You can find me on Instagram at Not Near Mint. You can find me on Twitter at Rworstreport. So let's knock that shite off the screen and start with the independents. I got Dark Interlude #1, along with Dark Interlude #1. Reason why I got 2. This was very talked up on a lot of different websites. It was back ordered. It was canceled, resolicited, and like, okay, I'm jumping on it. Both covers look pretty nice, so might as well. Got Die #15. Another one of those good series to be jumping on to. Probably check back when it came out, because now it's on issue 15. And I'm not on Something's Killing the Children. I chose Once and Future instead. I should really be reading Something's Killing the Children, but at $100 for the first issue.
Buy and trade. That's what I did.
Now, y'all are going to be getting some comic books that are Golden Age. I kept only one for myself. The other one was the Marvel Comics that, for those that check out my Instagram, I got this from Simon Comics. And Simon Comics on Instagram, he's Simon. He is Joe Simon's grandson. Got a nice little deal from him, so I'm going to be sending some books out to the people on the show. And this is one of the books I kept for myself.
Ooh,
beautiful.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
Beautiful. Yes, I agree.
Grease to the Moon.
Look at that color scheme.
Yeah, and the book. Oh, look at this. When you tilt it just enough, you can see the blacks. It almost looks like there's a planet.
That
behind
is
it.
awesome.
What's the publisher of that?
This is Thrill.
For real? Never heard of that.
It almost looks like it's a Marvel or Timely publication, very close to it, but it's not. But I'll be showing some of those books on. Well, I'll show that book again on Lady Fantastic's channel on Friday. Stillwater #3, I have not read that yet. Walking Dead #3, read every issue, and this is one that if people don't continually read, I don't see it going all the way to 160 or 170 issues. Yeah. They'll probably reprint it for the trades eventually, but I don't know. So I could still see those keys jumping up later on, the first Michonne, whenever that finally happens.
Yeah, 19.
Yep. Issue #5, Willow. Which, now that I have 5, I can finally binge 1 through 5. Here's Batman 103. where it looks
Nice.
like they're setting up Ghostmaker as like a longtime pal of Bruce Wayne, where the guy is a psychopath because he has no emotions, but he's still not as good as Bruce. This cover has.
That is a great cover.
It's a great cover.
Fucking pretty Jenny Frisson cover.
No, I want that. so bad.
Yeah.
So nice.
I know.
Just like you, I got this, and I'm having a hard time reading this. It feels like fan written sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Definitely.
Batman confesses he's dead, and Superman won't change. So I'm like, well, how are they going to go back to the way they are, because they can't do real change? So they're going to have to reset everything. Okay, let's just see.
This is. We remember what 5G was supposed to be.
Yep.
Everything counts. That's what this is. Everything counts. Nice.
Even Nightwing losing his memory and being Rick for a while, everything counts until it doesn't count anymore. Here's another series that I will get every issue of and then wait till it's all done to read it.
First issue was really good.
First issue was really good.
Yeah.
But I know that Tom King usually has everything interlocking, and to
Yeah.
read it 1 month apart, I'm going to lose a lot, especially with the amount of titles I read regularly. Teen Titans 47.
Ooh.
Cool cover.
Now we get to the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of DC, a lot of Marvel. We got the Black Widow Widowmakers. Amazing Spider-Man 53. I guess he's not dead after all when they broke his neck the last issue. But,
Well, he's amazing.
He's amazing. He can't stay dead. And apparently that... Okay, so...
He's amazingly dead.
So what killed me on Kindred is that it's not that Harry's like an actual demon. He's wearing a fucking mask. That
Of course he is.
That killed me reading that issue. Captain America 25, haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but look at that. Alex Ross.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All those covers have been so cool.
That's a very Kirby-like cover because you see Cap coming right at you. Look at that.
That was right out of the Avengers 4 cover, yeah. In fact, I saw a great little clip earlier today where it was, and dude, I can't believe it. I watched this over the weekend. It's called The Impossible. It's about the 2003 Thailand earthquake and tsunami that hit. And the little kid in the movie is fucking Spider-Man, man. Yeah. So when I was watching this interview that just popped on YouTube one day, you're having Falcon go, or the guy that plays Falcon go, yeah, no, man, I haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming. The audience is laughing. It's like, and kid starts going, yeah, I haven't seen Falcon either. Oh, yeah, wait, there isn't a Falcon movie. King of the Burns. He landed the joke. I didn't. Captain Marvel 22, second print.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
I like
Now,
that
this
cover.
one came out last week, and it was because of you guys that I realized I didn't get it. And
Nice.
solid issue. This I haven't read yet, but Dan Slott's difficult to get.
You're still chugging it? I can't do it, dude.
I'm still on it. Now, because Hulk Nuts was in the chat, this was one of the things I wound up picking up from him. It's the fourth appearance of The Punisher.
The Punisher.
Incredible. Great.
Also,
That's awesome.
you might remember from the X-Men, there was this black dude that could do earthquakes, and his name was Magnum, or Moses Magnum.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, I have his first appearance. It's like, no, that's not his first appearance. I'm like, well, he's never appeared anywhere else. Where the hell is this?
Really? That's hilarious.
Now, I was one of the only people that ordered this in my shop, and I got this because it's David Mack, it's Echo, and I have the whole run of Daredevil from like the 90s to today.
Hell yeah.
I love David Mack even more. Don't tell David Mack. No, fuck, tell David Mack. I don't want people to be pissed off when I tell them, I don't think that your work's that hot. Don't tell those people, but tell people if I like them. It's fine. This issue was awesome because there's a scene right out of Ace Ventura, and no, it's not the trans scene, which, by the way, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and Helen fucking Mirren. I did it! All right, Ace, I don't have to do it at the end of the show. Maybe I will. It's the only back issue I picked up.
Yeah. I got
Anybody know this?
First She-Hulk Hulk.
Yeah.
Cousin team up, baby.
How much you get her for?
I got this for $15 today.
That's nice.
Now, this was at my comic shop. As I tell people, he does these claim sales, auctions, and Miami Fresh Comics is the name of the Instagram page. He's going to be doing a claim sale tomorrow at 6 p.m. He usually does them on Sundays at 11 p.m. He's doing it tomorrow at 6. He's going to take the camera, just take it around the whole shop and just go, I want that, how much? And he'll pull it down and he'll give you a price and you either buy it or you don't. Here's a second print.
Cool.
I'm almost
Cool. Yeah.
Spider-Woman 6.
Nice.
Strange Academy 5th print.
Cool.
Jesus. Fifth print already?
But it's black and white, so I'll get the black and white. I'll get it if it's a different cover. Symbiote Spider-Man, the variant cover, where apparently Null has been here before. He was Mr. E. Universe. Here's the 4th print, and Wailing as Venom with a blue sword. I'm colorblind. What color is that?
Blue-ish.
Well,
So I'm laughing at Bear Island's comment.
When I saw it solicited, all I could think of was that old Venom that had the blue on it that everyone's paying like $100 for.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll order that. It's $3.99. Here's issue 30. They wrap up the storyline. I thought it was pretty good. Next issue is going to be King in Black. Then we have the X-Men titles. Here is X-Force, which has a really badass scene with Storm. It was awesome. Pick it up just for that alone. Hellions. All the Hellions die. No, not they kill all the Hellions. So not with X's swords, the whole thing isn't like a Dragon Ball Z fight. It's a fixed sort of game that this Lady Saturn's playing, and it's good. It's not where everything's a fight. Let's just get a stronger superpower. It's advancing a plot. What that plot is, I don't know. It's a little bit obtuse right now. And lastly, Juggernaut number 3. And now, finally, we can get into this. The top 10 Bronze Age of all time. Oh, we all
I ain't got none of those books. I have some of them. I ain't got those.
We've all been picking out books today. We have our list. We're checking it twice. We're making sure that we don't we overlook the first appearance of Wolverine in the Bronze Age. Shit like that can happen.
Yeah.
So, going around clockwise, why don't we start with Miracleman with the top 10 Bronze Age, starting with number 10. Miracleman, you go first.
Man, these were tough. I'm gonna tell you, this was a tough one for me to break down the top 10. I did also notice it was very Kirby heavy, which I'm always happy about. But we're gonna go. I guess number 10 is gonna be Star Wars number 1. So this book has skyrocketed in the last few years. For the longest time, it was like a $40 book. About 10 years ago, you started seeing it go up, and then when the final trilogy came out, they've really been going up. I guess it doesn't help that Marvel's doing a new series that's got a lot of heat price wise. But I was able to snag this guy last year for only $20.
Oh,
she's a little rough, but I love her. Next.
All right, next. Mind Shift. Comes from the mind.
I don't have top 10, but I can show you what I got. Here is one that is very dear to my heart. First appearance of Monica Rambeau.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Good one.
That's the first time she's as Captain Marvel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
First Captain when she becomes Captain Marvel.
I think I have her Avengers appearance.
When does she become Spectre? That's what I'm always confused about.
That is the first Monica Rambeau. That is the first time she appears in a comic, period.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Lady Fantastic. Where?
I have X-Men 96.
Oh, nice.
First Moira McTaggart.
Nice.
Yep.
Great cover.
Thank you. I'm only gonna have 6 because I only have 6 of the top 10, but
Yeah,
I only
not
have
all-
6 of the top 100. So
Yeah, not all of us are going to have everything. I don't have everything in my top 10. My number 10,
Pretty.
okay.
Werewolf by Night, number 32.
Oh, that would be my number 1. That's a beautiful.
You see this on really? This would be your number 1? Not first Wolverine? Not Giant Size X-Men? Oh, now I'm giving away my shit. So my number 10 because Moon Knight. This thing was expensive all the way back since like the 80s. You were not paying under $100, even all the way back from like 1981, 1982, and it's just gone up. There's certain books like that from the 70s that just were expensive always, like House of Secrets number 92. But I chose this because Swamp Thing, he got his 1 season and he was out. It was canceled on episode 1. I would love to see it come back on the CW. This is on its way up. That's why it's my number 10. Now, let's get on to the number 9 book. I'm going to have to move some people around here. Let's see if I can do that.
Bring it around town. It shouldn't be that hard. I think it's just drag them, right?
Why?
I don't know how to do that.
Click and hold.
Yeah, I can do that. All right.
And drag it. Yeah. There you go. Oh.
Okay, so Lady Fantastic going first. Let me find that where I put the banner. There it is. All right, number 9, Lady Fantastic.
First Scott Lang, Avengers 181.
Nice.
Oh, good one.
Very nice.
So
what makes this your number 9?
This is actually issue number 5 for me. And it's just because Scott Lang, I mean, he's cool, but he's not my favorite. But I like the Avengers. That's why I have this. So
great cover.
That's why it's at number 5.
Absolutely. Okay. Coming up next, we got, let's see here, Miracleman, number 9.
I'm telling you, I'm agonizing over these. I just don't know which one I really want to be number 9. So we're just going to put them out there.
Yeah.
I got Savage She-Hulk just a couple of weeks back. Collection came into my LCS. Still got a pretty good deal on it, but it wasn't cheap. I paid a sticker price. But sticker price from my guy is better than sticker price from any other guy. So this is one of those books that it was stagnant for a long time. You can pick up.
Also, look at the indicia. That is the direct version where back in that time wasn't that harder to get.
Right. It was a lot less direct market copies back in 1980 when this book came out. So, the direct market really didn't start taking off until 83, 84, So, that there weren't as many comic shops out there. So most people were still buying them off a newsstand. So this is probably a little bit harder version of the book to find, but I love it. I've always enjoyed She-Hulk. I didn't really start reading She-Hulk until the 90s stuff was coming out when it was kind of played for laughs on the covers. But the original one is it's Marvel Bronze Age goodness, man. It's awesome.
I agree.
All right.
Next.
Number 9. Comics on
All
the Mind.
right. My next book is a great story. It's about a man who deals with some demons that just happen to be a bottle. Classic story.
Ooh, yeah.
Demon in a bottle. Buddy of mine's A-OK this book to me, and I love the story. Just reading and seeing, Tony. I didn't even know it was a 4-part story. I thought it was just this is it. Boom.
Oh yeah.
It's a 4-parter, so I gotta hunt down the other 3 now. But this is my number 9. Out of your mind.
And what you're going to need to read afterwards, because that's going to be on my list too, is that subsequent writers didn't think that him figuring out alcoholism in one issue really worked so well, so they brought alcoholism back.
Jesus, dude, that's so messed up.
Yeah,
Let's just make him alcoholic again.
Meanwhile, before we get to my number 9, I just want to say for Tapia, I hope your wife is okay. Also, I hope Mac, another one of our watchers, he just came down with COVID. He told us on Instagram, or rather Twitter, earlier this week. Yeah. So any of the community out there, if you or if your loved ones, if you have COVID, you know someone that does, we're here for you, man. But everyone stay safe. All right, my number 9. Let's see where that went. Oh, there's that banner. So here's my number 9. I like a little bit of diversity. So my diversity is a guy with a skull that is on fire. Boom. This is another one of those issues that has always just been hard to find. Everybody wants it. They want it in great condition. And it was within the first couple episodes of doing this show that I opened this son of a bitch live, where the cardboard it came in wasn't even as thick as the cardboard I put the book in itself. So this is my number 9, and that's why.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. Let's get up to number 8 and move it along to Lady Fantastic.
X-Men 141, Days of Future Past, probably one of the best stories ever told in X-Men canon. Only a 2-issue storyline, but you got John Byrne goodness. And in this case, Wolverine goes to the future where all of the mutants are being slain one by one. He's got to get that shit figured out. Dirk. Everybody dies, and then it's all happy and good. But yeah, classic cover, X-Men 141. I just love this story, so that's why I've got it. Be safe, Tapia. And yes.
Yeah, be safe.
Very. And I also agree that anything that has sort of like a 2-part to it, I can consider it a tie, because you can't have 142 without 141.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Where you at? Oh, you got me started now.
There you go. It's peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat.
Boom,
Break
baby.
it down and freeze. Break down and freeze.
You just saw that live, baby. Oh,
Man, he's gone.
All right, Miracleman, number, what is it, 8, 9?
8.
8. Where did I put that little thing? There it is.
DC Comics presents number 26. This is your first appearance of the new Teen Titans in a 16-page backup. DC did this all the time back then. They introduced Blue Devil that way, Amethyst, New Teen Titans, bunch of series in the early 80s. This book was one of those books that really, just up until maybe 10 years ago, not less, 7 years ago. You could pick this book up in dollar bins all the time. I've seen in dollar bins all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. And this was back when, when I'd find a banger of a book in a dollar bin, I'd leave it for the next guy. Now I buy it and I give it to the next guy. Rob, your package is on the way, by the way. And not with that one. That's not coming. But you know what's
I have it. It's fine. Mine is in a box.
In a box. But yeah. So but I only have one copy of this one, guys. So unfortunately. But yeah, that there is the Green Lantern and Superman story. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's trash. It's a trash story. Okay.
Right.
It's generic at DC of the era. Nothing standing out about it. There's certainly nothing that carries on. But this new Teen Titans, man, that's good stuff right there.
They're gonna be big?
They're gonna be big. They're gonna be huge. They might even be bigger than the Alpha Flights.
They kind of took over the 80s for a while.
The gauntlet is thrown. What's that, Rob?
They kind of took over the 80s for a while. There was a time where people really, really, really wanted that X-Men and Teen Titans crossover.
Yep. Those were the two series of the 80s that everybody talks about those books like Dark Knight and Watchmen and those type of books about changing storytelling to be more mature and more adult in comics. Fuck that. Uncanny X-Men and New Teen Titans was doing that before that. All right. Mm-hmm. They were giving you much more adult stories with cost, stories with real human emotion, stories that weren't, hey kids comics. And New Teen Titans and Uncanny X-Men were, like I said, doing that years before. Anyway.
Number 8. Next. Comics on the Mind.
My next book is a book where a monumentous thing happens to the Avengers. They have a new person join their crew. And that new person is Scott Lang.
I didn't know you had that one too.
I got this one a while back when I got that first U.S. agent. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
So that's mine. Great read too, by the way.
That Avengers of that era was really good. I mean, it suffered from the exposition heavy narratives that everything. There was a word box explaining what was going on in like every panel, but. Uh-oh.
No, not again.
Lady Fantastic, no. I think you're frozen.
She's not even responding by audio. It means that she's probably going to need to restart her computer. Yeah. Which means now we kind of have to pad the time. Which, funny enough, and I'll blow myself while she's blow myself. I'm going to blow myself. Hey. If I could blow myself, I wouldn't be on this show. I'd be in the other room. I wouldn't have a show. You would not see this.
I'm with you on that, fam.
My number 8, and this kind of goes right along to that JSA he was talking about. There's 2 very big reasons to be getting All-Star Comics number 58. Now, this was something that you could get easily for like under $50 about a year ago. Well, can't do that anymore. Now it's going to be at least 120 for like about a mid-grade or so. It's the first appearance of Power Girl. She has just been getting bigger and bigger, both
in the chest
as well as her star power. I could easily see her in an animated series, a real series, because really, what man or ace wouldn't want to see a character like that?
That's one of my biggest disappointments with Supergirl being canceled. How did we not get a Supergirl, Power Girl crossover? They did the multiverse. I mean, come on. How did they not do that? Anyway, sorry.
Just so we could get one scene that would have been right from the Power Girl comics where you have Jimmy Olsen, which it's not the same kind of Jimmy Olsen, but Jimmy Olsen was a very earnest sort of guy. And whenever he was talking to Power Girl, she started noticing that, oh my God, this guy's actually looking at me right in the eye while we're having an entire conversation. And then all of a sudden, there it is.
Oh.
Listen, when you have a boob window, you know the boys are looking.
Yeah, it can't be helped.
If we had a dingle window, everybody's going to take a look. They may not take a look and be impressed, but they're going to take a look, okay? Anyway,
I
keep it
guess
classy.
while we're waiting for Lady Fantastic to get
And he's gone.
Oh, it's the Miracleman comes on show. How you doing, my friend?
I'm taking my fucking pants off now.
They're already off.
Well, there he is.
I just dropped out of the studio randomly. This
No,
is the
you
third
meant
time
to
this
do that.
happened. It's
You
the
meant
first
to do
time
that.
that y'all have seen that happen, but this happens all the time. Which is probably a good thing because it padded me with just enough time to get to number 6, Lady Fantastic.
I think it's 7. I think it's 7.
Is it 7? Oh,
It's 7. Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Yeah.
Lady Fantastic.
X-Men 92.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So there's giant size X-Men, and then for all the broke asses, there is first appearance of the new team in the actual title, right?
Oh.
Issue 94. So
Nice.
Very nice.
Don't get that one then.
Very nice.
this is a very, 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 very kind A-OK from Tacoma Comics.
Wow.
And
Shout out to Tacoma.
yeah. So,
Very nice. Very nice, lady.
thank you.
Ace, don't worry. They're gone. I tossed them across the room.
Number 7, Mind Shift.
Are you skipping somebody, brother?
Uh-oh. Am I?
What are you doing?
Oh,
I can go after you.
When I
the
dropped
order,
out of the
the
chat,
order got switched. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
when I dropped
yeah.
out of the chat. All right, now it's back to,
All
I
right.
think, normal-ish.
There you go.
So number 7, and I told y'all mine is going to be a Jack Kirby heavy top 10. There is a reason they call the man the king after all.
Oh, hail the king.
Demon number 1,
Oh, yeah. That's a
really pretty copy. Really pretty copy.
It was awesome seeing him in that.
Get that shit in Mylar,
That's
bro.
dark.
What are you stupid?
I gotta grab Mylar.
Yeah. Nubby thumb.
Hurry up.
Listen, that's the mockery on my thumb. It's a disability. You're mocking a
I
disabled
know.
person.
I'm feeling a bit bullyish. Send you some Mylars or something. I don't know.
Yes, I'll get some
A-OK,
fucking
some Mylars.
Mylars.
Treat yourself nice. Put on some Mylars.
Here's something really shitty. Back in the 90s, when I was working, I was 15 at the time, so I guess it was 1995, 96. My boss at a telephone marketing agency brought in a small box of comics, and it was mostly 90s trash, but he had like a Demon number 1. He went like, yeah, this is probably like $5.
Oh yeah,
$5 for the 90s.
yeah.
I wish I would have bought it for $5 in the 90s.
In the 90s, we were all buying Valiant number 1 of whatever, and 9 copies of Image Youngbloods issue number 3, and
X-Men
were
number
stupid.
1, Jim Lee.
5 of every cover. Yeah, right. That's what we
Pure
were buying.
unadulterated crap.
Crap. Anyway,
Here's something that's not crap. Number 7 from Comics on the Mind.
What is my number 7? It's peeking out. Ooh.
Oh,
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Peek
Did you
it.
see it? Da-da-da-da-da. We're going to the future, baby.
oh
Days
yeah.
of future past.
I
And of course-
know you.
Ooh. Yeah, I love this
Take care,
story.
Wack.
And of course,
See you, Wack.
bye, Wack. See you later, dude. And of
Take
course, if you do have this one, you do have to have one 42, and I do have that, but it's on my wall, and I want to take it down because I have to put this one back up on the wall. But here's mine.
All right, where was that banner again? I always lose these things.
Find that banner.
You'd almost think that I knew what I was doing. I don't. That's why number 7 is 251 of Batman.
Ooh.
Why? Because 10 years before this came out, there was no Joker. Why? Because there was a 1966 Batman TV show that hammed up The Dark Knight. And everyone thought The Dark Knight was really jokey. Well, they had to do something to make people go, well, Batman's not a joke. So they brought back Neil Adams. They got Denny O'Neill to start doing the writing, and they threw together some real Dark Knight, and they made the Joker fucking maniac. This issue, as a standalone, is a must-read, especially if you're a Joker fan. Can't say the same about Joker #1 from the 70s or that series. They had to work within the comic book code constraints, and it was just it was good. So number 6, let's move it on to Lady Fantastic.
Ooh. Look at that.
This female fights back.
Oh yeah.
Nice. They didn't put women's lib issue on there, did they? They only did that on Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is basically, so it says, featuring the most mysterious woman warrior since Madame Medusa. And if you think our leading lady is something, wait until you see her star-studded supporting cast.
It's Peter Parker.
I'm not gonna lie. I buy a book and I'm like, I really want to see that star-studded supporting cast.
I mean, Jameson. It's like
when you actually open up the issue towards the back of the letters page, it's either the letters page or the very first page. You have a nice sized article written by Gloria Steinem, and she's promoting the hell out of Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, Ms. Marvel was a big deal back then.
And now.
Still
well, yeah, but I mean, when she first dropped, she was
definitely the MS. The MS was a big deal. Watch out.
Remember, if y'all remember, Wonder Woman back then, every Wonder Woman cover was a bondage cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every single Wonder Woman cover was a bondage cover. So she was always getting tied up on her covers. Ms. Marvel was kicking ass on her covers. Anyway,
and their short shorts.
So I don't know, man. What's yours?
Well, I figured it's about time I pop this one up. There you go.
Oh yeah, we're triplets.
Yeah, I have the 142 as well. I just didn't pull it out. I got the 141 and 142 for $20 for the pair of them.
Ooh, that is a deal.
That's a good deal.
Dude.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my comic shop, he got a humongous run of Uncanny In, and I almost filled all of. I want to say it's like 130 to 225 came from him. Almost all in one shot. Yeah. The rest of the books he did at $3 a pop.
Dang.
Oh, I had to pay 20 for these two.
You be getting them deals, dude.
All right, what's your number 6?
My number 6 and my last of the books that I actually do own is another book that has been shown by Miracleman, actually. And it is the first of the new Teen Titans.
Bam.
In your face. This was an AOK by the great Man Cave Comics. AOK this and a bunch of slabs that I have back there. Yeah, this is a great story to have. I haven't read the Green Lantern and Superman story. I need to read that, but
yeah, there's no reason.
The new Teen Titans. Thanks for telling me that.
There's really no reason to read that.
I know now.
It's worthless. It is like the most worthless story of the era. And it's the main story. The other thing's just an insert. It's so funny.
Yeah. Stay for the Teen Titans, leave for the story.
Yep. Happens that way. Well, my number 6 is because, this character was the first not African American over at Marvel. That would be Black Panther, African American. So this is the first American Black character that carried his own title for 150 issues. They changed the title like several times over, and that's annoying as hell. From Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. If you try and look up Luke Cage, it's not Luke Cage. It's just then it's Power Man, and then it's like Power Man Iron Fist. So there's like 3 title changes at least. So I am trying to put this together as an entire run. I hear that some are better than others, and some are completely unreadable.
Yes.
I can't wait to get into all that, but I know that Sabretooth jumped directly over from Iron Fist right into this series, right into X-Men. So I got to get in the loop. I haven't read all of them yet. But this character, we've been seeing him forever, and he's no longer in the tiara and the chain for a belt, because that would look a little ridiculous in 2020. It would look ridiculous in 1990, and yet he still floated his own book called Cage.
Yeah. And he still had the chain. He didn't have the yellow anymore, but he still had the chain.
It's kind of like a Black Knight, that he'd have that full suit of armor, and then it's like, okay, that's a little too weird. Throw a leather jacket on him. That'll hip him up. Okay. Well. All right, number 5, Lady Fantastic.
So this will be my last one of the night, and then after this, I have to retire because I don't feel so fantastic.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Oh no! Bam!
This is X-Men 101. This is the first appearance of the Phoenix. It is my number 1 choice because she's my number 1 hero. I like her a lot. That is all. No, great book. Definitely glad I got it. Super nice condition, and yeah, that's my number 1.
Nice.
Slash
What's
number
up, Animation?
Good morning, Santa.
What's up, Sonny? Welcome.
And that is it.
Just to play you out, Lady Fantastic, where can people find you? And do you have anything coming up? Any shows other than the Saturday morning cartoon show? What's going on over in the world of Caroline?
You can find me in a van down by the river. And
That's where I lived.
I will be cooking some beans on a small fire, fueled by newspapers. No, I don't have much of anything going on. I'll be doing Rob, maybe an auction going on, but I'm not sure. I got a little allergy thing going, and so I don't feel the best, but I'm thankful that it's not. It's like, am I going to die, or is this allergies? But I think it's going to be the allergies. So. Sorry, that's it.
Hope you feel better, lady.
I just realized I was on mute as I was trying to talk.
What were you saying?
I was thanking you for coming. I hope that you feel better. And just as we always have on here, rule number 1.
Yeah. No,
I care about you more than
yeah, my tonsils are just really swollen, and I think it is because it was really windy. The pollen here is hell in Tennessee, and I think it just kicked up some stuff, and the drop in the temperatures just made my sinuses a bit perturbed. What are you going to do?
hopefully get a lot of rest, a lot of liquids, and you're a scientist. You know better than all three of us here combined, and that still would probably put us at a disadvantage.
Be nice to each other and shit, and read your little comics.
And hopefully we'll have a Black Friday auction and claim sale that we can be talking about next episode. But let's see that Lady Fantastic gets better. So everybody wish her well. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, lady.
Meow.
Meow.
Hey, number 5. Coming up. Miracleman.
Man.
Come on.
Man. Forever People #1.
Oh, here we go. The Kirby goodness.
Yeah, more Kirby. You know, I remember this cover forever as a kid, and this book, it was recognized as the first appearance of Darkseid for the longest time, until people realized it was actually that Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 137. Whichever one has Jimmy laying out and people are carrying him like he's crowd surfing at a concert.
Strangely enough, that Jimmy Olsen that I have back there, that issue and the issue prior, both covers look very, very, very similar.
Yeah.
But that one issue of the Jimmy Olsen, I swear to Christ, because I have it, the first thing I did was just flip through it going, where the fuck is Darkseid? And then he's not in it. He's not in it. Where the fuck is Darkseid?
He's in a monitor.
He's about as big as my pink fingernail.
Yeah.
Not even as big as that, probably half that. And it's just
the back of his head or something. Oh,
it's just his face.
This big.
And he looks very different than the Darkseid we know today, but very different than the Darkseid that appeared in the Superpowers miniseries. But yeah, so this is the first time that it's more than a cameo, you know, where you see Darkseid. You know, and that original one was just a cameo. It was just in a monitor in the background, and that was it. So this is the first real Darkseid. But in that period of time, this Jimmy Olsen has skyrocketed, and this one's become a little more affordable. So it kind of froze the price. I don't think it really dropped it, but it froze the price. Now that Jimmy Olsen's going insane because of, you know, Snyder cut this and that and the other thing. And Darkseid's going to be in it, and Steppenwolf's going to be in it, looking like a shick razor. And
for those that work in Photoshop, tell me in the comments later on, for those that watch the replay, tell me, does it look like somebody used the clone tool on just that one section of armor and then just did it through the whole costume? Because it looks really awful.
It looks horrid. It looks horrid. If you haven't seen it, somebody just did a spoof image where they just filled the whole screen. All it is his face.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
And
oh god,
it's you know, listen, it's for Steppenwolf's armor. I get that they were trying to update the original Steppenwolf who had spikes on his armor, but good lord, man, that looks horrid. And listen, I care about suicide prevention, Snyder stands, so don't yell at me. Go ahead.
Yeah, for his daughter doing what she did, him stepping away was probably the best thing. And instead of going, it's a tragedy, I should walk away from it, maybe do something else. No, I want to live in that tragedy forever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I watch the Justice League TV pilot at least once a year, so I'll watch fucking anything with the Justice League in it. I don't care if it's a fucking raging dumpster fire. Okay? And
half the time, I just liked it before when I would see the characters that I loved reading in the comics on the screen. I didn't care what it looked like.
Yes.
And then since then we've gotten more and more, and expectations have gone up and up and up. And now when you have something that looks at least mediocre, we'll call it shit. And let's face it,
right?
That movie Justice League, mediocre. It's not terrible.
Right.
It's just
not
great, which makes it terrible to us, the fans.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's better than anything we ever got ever in the history of comic book movies prior to the year of 1999. I mean, let's just be honest here. I love the original Batman. I love the Michael Keaton. The fucking suit looked like he was made out of a rubber boot. And I'm talking like OG rubber boots, the kind that don't bend, got no give to. Y'all know the kind I'm talking about, them cheap ones. They pour the fucking mold, and it was still rough around the edges. You all know what I'm talking about. And it was a bad suit. And then we had Superman. I love Christopher Reeves, but let's be honest, that spandex suit with the silk screen S, that wasn't great. It was Christopher Reeves nailing the role, Margot Kidder playing Lois. I mean, everybody nailed their roles. That's why that movie was great. The costumes were horrible. It was set in a fucking really dated time.
Man,
you know,
go all the way back to the 1940s TV serialized Batman. It looks like the costume the dude was wearing was 2 sizes too big.
it was. It literally looks like he sewed it himself between takes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wrinkles everywhere, baggy.
so fucking bad, man. The Robin
Looks like the
costume was
hood was
horrible.
just sort of slumping down the front.
Yeah, the ears didn't really stand up; they kind of just flopped over to the side and shit. It's such a bad costume, and that was movie
But
serials. It wasn't TV.
Back in the day, if you were a kid in the 40s, you just would have gone, "Oh my God, I love Batman. He's only been around for a couple years, but he's on the radio, and now look, he's in movie serials."
Right.
Comic books are validated. No, Junior, you might grow up to be a fag.
Right.
Bring the comics to the local church book burning. Wait, Dad,
Right.
what? Yeah, there's this thing, seduction of the innocent. You might grow up to be gay. What? No, I just like a guy in a big rubber bat suit that beats up people.
Jesus Christ. Let's move on from this conversation.
Yeah, we can really bring it up a notch, can't we? All right, number 5.
Jesus Christ. This is what we're doing, and that's how far off topic we got. God damn.
10 minutes.
That's a fucking crazy tangent right there.
Comics on the Mind. I believe you're up.
So I don't have any more books to show, but I will just tell you the books that I would like to get as my top 5. So for my top 5, I would like to get which one is it? Amazing Adventures number 11, because of course I am a huge Beast fan, and that is when he mutates and transforms into the hairy beast we fell in love with in that great 90s cartoon, The X-Men, which I'm watching again right now. So that would be my number 5 if I had it.
Then my number 5 is the alcoholism issue of Iron Man.
Nice.
Up to this point,
Ooh,
this dude was a milquetoast kind of boring superhero. I mean, he had a cool outfit and everything, but as a character, he was basically just Bruce Wayne with a suit of armor. And then they gave him a personality, a very, very drunk one. And he was an asshole.
Oh,
and, he would give you the straight dick, though. Just ask Captain America. So this is the issue that really kind of made me go, oh my God, I hope I never go down that path. And that was before I became a full-blown alcoholic. So that now when I go back and reread this issue, I go, wow, they kind of took care of that alcoholism a little bit fast. Just one issue, huh? I had to go back to a few rehabs. And then subsequent writers went, yeah, I'm kind of like that too. You know what? Let's have him go fuck up in the Iron Man outfit and then go, yeah, let's let him quit and have the guy that pilots the helicopter take over. What's his name? Rhodey. Hey, Rhodey, get in the armor. Once I drop this helmet on, I'm really him. And then we get into the whole, is Rhodey the first appearance as Iron Man in 169, 170. So because of all that, I'm saying this is the consummate Iron Man of the 70s, 80s. So that is my number 5. Let's go to number 4, and Lady Fantastic is out, so we're gonna go right on over to Miracleman.
So top 4, another Kirby book.
Ooh,
New Gods number 1. This cover has always stood out to me. I mean, that's just an awesome ass cover. The colors that they used on it, the way that the space is shown in the background. It was always so cool. And I was really into Commandy as a kid, but I didn't get into the New God stuff, and I've only been getting into the New God stuff in the last 15 years or so. This book, another book that held steady at a certain price for the longest time, and then just recently, boop 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 boop, it's been popping back up the price chart. So I was glad I was able to get in and get mine a few years back.
Yeah, I still need to pick up one for myself, even.
Yeah.
So
Good
what's
book.
your number 4? Comics.
all right. Once again, it's a book I don't have, but a book I want to get. But unfortunately, this book has skyrocketed because, of course, What If number 10 just happens to happen. And we have Jane Foster in the universe. But yeah, I really want that issue of the What Ifs. I'm collecting the first volume and the second volume, and I knew it.
I was about to put it away. That's why. Otherwise,
lucky son of a gun. It's a beautiful cover. I really want that book one of these days. One day I will have it. But yeah, that's my number 4.
Well, it's okay because my number 4, I'm not even going to blow myself up because I don't have my number 4 either. I never will because there's so many reprints very similar to TMNT number 1. And that first issue is by a guy that became the consummate independent writer and artist. And he inspired many people for generations to come. And then all of a sudden, he just decided to read Ayn Rand and hate women. And people just went, I'm out. That man is Dave Sim, and the comic book is Cerebus number 1. So that was one back from the 90s. If you wanted the first issue in like even a mid-grade or so, it would cost you $300 to $500. Now it's going to be about $1,000 or more. Good luck finding it. And if you do, it might be a reprint. How do you know it's a reprint? We really don't know. Some people were really good at reprinting this damn thing. So that is my number 4. So here we are now going to, what is it, number 3?
Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Number 3. Choose that banner. All right. Miracleman.
Mr. Miracle number 1. And, you know, she left, but this one's in a frickin' Mylar. I've always loved Mr. Miracle. This is just an incredible cover. All the New God stuff, like I said, I didn't really get into it when I was younger, but I got into Mr. Miracle in the 90s because he was in the Justice League. And if you think about how important Mr. Miracle, I mean, the entire New Gods, absolutely. But Mr. Miracle stands out as a cut above most of, pretty much all of them. If you think about any of the recent, in the last 20 years, specials they've done, events they've done at DC, Mr. Miracle's been involved. He's got a part in Deceased. Excuse me. Yeah, you didn't see him in the first one. That was just the big heroes. But he's had an integral part in the follow-up series. He was a big deal in the 7 Soldiers of Victory that Grant Morrison did. He mattered in one of the last crises. I think it was the very last one, an Infinite Crisis. You know, so the character's been very influential. And ever since he joined Justice League with Big Barda, you know, and Oberon, I've always been interested in him. So this one was the very first one I went to chase down out of all the New Gods books.
And that was one I only just picked up recently. I haven't gotten to read it yet. I'm hoping to do that either this weekend or Thanksgiving weekend.
Nice.
Number 3. Looks on the map.
My number 3 was also shown. But another one I plan on having one day if I ever become rich. It's Werewolf by Night, number 32. I really want that first appearance of Moon Knight. I like Moon Knight.
Me too.
I want that solo one too that Miracleman has. But I would actually put those in a combo, a tie for number 3. Honestly, yeah, that would be my number 3 because I'm a Moon Knight fanatic.
And my number 3, as I'm coughing because
wow,
yeah. Nice. You should vape right before you're about to talk on a microphone, on a Zoom call, or on a StreamYard broadcast. But my number 3 is pretty much the start of the Bronze Age. People kind of want to know, when did all these kind of ages take place? So I'll put that as a scroll at the bottom of the screen. So Bronze Age is mostly the 1970 to 1984. Sometimes, depending on the person, goes all the way to 1970 or 1986. Sometimes as early as 1968, but we're putting it as 70. So right when you had a black man come right on up to Green Lantern and say, you save all the purple skins and the blue skins and the polka dot skins, but what have you ever done for the Blackskins? And Green Lantern was left silent.
That's a deep ass comic.
You went from, hey, let's beat up the villain of the week, the outer space guy of the week, to, hey, let's actually tell some relevant stories. And if you want politics out of your comics, it's always been in your comics. This is my number 3 because number 2 that kicked off the Bronze Age is my Marvel number 2. But we'll get to that in a second. So number 2, can't believe we're this far in, but here we are. Miracleman. What say you?
I love Moon Knight. I've always loved Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never been able to get my hands on that Werewolf by Night, and I'm never gonna at this point, unless some miracle happens. But you never know.
It's in your name.
It's in my name. Marvel Spotlight 28, Moon Knight. You know, Moon Knight at the beginning was very different than he is today.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Not as crazy.
Nowhere near as crazy. Nowhere near as crazy. Kind of a little more generic.
Very generic.
You know, kind of pretty generic. I mean, it's fair. That's fair to say of any character, almost any character in, like, you know, their second or third appearance or fourth appearance. A lot of them are really boring. You know, people slam, and myself included, Lee Feld over Deadpool because he was pretty bland at the beginning. Well, he was pretty bland at the beginning. There was the people who came later that made him more interesting. But that's kind of natural with most characters. It's pronounced with Deadpool because Lee Feld's a hack.
Same could be said about Wolverine back in the beginning.
Well, right. He was pretty generic. But, you know, same thing about Moon Knight. Moon Knight, when he first started out, really, there wasn't a lot to him. You know, he was a moon-based guy who punched people. But it's not. This is not a great read. I'm gonna tell you, this one was a slog. It was a slog to read this issue. It was a slog. But, you know, it's his first solo, so had to do it.
And it's only a 2-issue read before they gave him his own regular ongoing.
Right, which gets better. It has its highs and lows, like most Marvel stuff at the time. But, you know, right.
All right, number 2, Mind Shift.
My number 2, if I had a toy, I would put him right next to this buddy right here because it is a great cover that I always wanted, and I will have one of these days. It's Fantastic Four number 112. Classic Ben Grimm versus the Incredible Hulk. They go head to head and duke it out. I definitely want that, and it's definitely. Oh, there you go! Beautiful cover.
Beautiful cover.
Woo!
That black.
I know.
I'm not an FF guy, and I want that book.
I got that from Garage Sale Guy, and I'm kind of on the fence right now as to whether I should get it this Friday or wait 2 weeks and not be broke for 2 weeks in the middle. The FF48. I got the same one from that guy. So if that one is in that good a condition and the 48 only has like some tape, and I mean, it's basically like a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8 if it's pressed, but I don't know.
Oof.
I have to get the tape off. I can get the tape off, but it's a 1968 or 67 or 66 book. So
right.
Please record that. I would love to see you take the tape off of that.
I think I might actually do that.
That would be awesome, dude.
I think I'm going to order a heat gun just to do that.
That would be awesome. You said they were cheap on Amazon, right?
They're like $20. But listen, if I'm going to spend like $800 or something for like a book, I think it might pay to pay the $20 instead of using a fucking hairdryer that I do from books for the 80s and 90s and 40s.
Yeah. I have a bunch of books that I got from. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I would just say, just get something that actually is specifically made for getting sticky shit off instead of a hairdryer. Heat guns are $20 on Amazon. Less than that, even.
Nice.
Oh, so since we're getting really, really late now, my number 2, since I don't have it, I used to have it. I traded issue 121 and 122 away so I could get Gundam Wing, the entire box set.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Wow.
Not even the best Gundam wings. 0083s.
Not the best Gundam, because there's a lot of great Gundam, like Gundam 0079,
That's a good one too.
3, ZZ, all the early stuff.
Yep.
Stars Counterattack. No, I got Gundam Wing.
Wow.
My buddy loved that show though.
Wow.
It's
I know I
good.
made fun of him.
But is it AS 121, 122, Death of Gwen Stacy? I mean, the death of the Silver Age died with Gwen Stacy. That's why it's my number 2. I don't have it. I'll get it again. I'm looking to get a 129 sooner, but being that 129 just hit the top 10 from Comic Tom last week, I think I'm probably going to have to wait another month now, because whenever it's the top 10, don't bother looking for it for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Wait till the spotlight's on other keys that everyone wants to spec on.
Right.
All right. Now
Absolutely.
here we are at number 1. What is your number 1, Miracleman?
Well, I want to show you my honorable mentions real quick before I show you the number 1, because this is going to be the last one. Unfortunately, these didn't make it, but they were really close and in the contention. Mr. Miracle number 4, first full Big Barda.
Ooh.
Wolverine number 1.
Whoa, hold on. Did you just say first full Big Bart? Was she in another issue, like as a...
And number 3, she appears in the last panel.
Oh, I'll have to look at that.
And number 3, yeah. There's a little secret, everybody. Number 3, she appears in the last panel. Yeah, because I don't even think that's in the collector.
I'm going to be reading it this weekend or next, so I'll figure that out.
And All-Star Comics number 58. When I bought mine, there was this weird ripple here, and it's not moisture. I think the cover wasn't cut right, and it's actually a little bit bigger than the book, and it's because it's got this crinkle right here for no discernible reason. I can't figure it out. But I bought the whole All-Star Comics run for like $30.
Oh.
I bought my original run out of the quarter bin of
No
a shop.
way.
Of
Are
a
you
shop.
serious?
Yes, of a shop in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Back when quarter bins existed, still in the early 90s. My dad used to travel up and down the East Coast, and he stopped at this comic book store in Allentown. It had something painted on the wall outside. Like it had this whole big mural. So my dad stopped. I remember the guy was kind of a jerk. The owner.
A comic shop owner being a jerk?
Right, yeah.
I've never heard that.
But I bought almost the full All-Star Comics run, the 70s, not the 40s. The Bronze Age stuff out of his quarter bin. That when my dad stopped there, and I was probably, if it was the early 90s, I was like 13, maybe 14. That was when my dad would take me on those car trips. So yeah. Anyway, number 1 book.
I like your dad already.
Yeah, he was a good dad. He hated comics, but he dealt with it for me. Yeah. What more could we ask back then? New Teen Titans number 2. First appearance of Deathstroke. Again, this is another book. I was looking at it when I first moved.
Nice.
When I first got high-speed internet, I should say, I was looking at this book. So we're talking like 98. I had a T1 line at my college, and I remember looking at this on eBay. This book was like $20 on eBay back then. I was like, I'll get it. It's not that big of a deal. I'll get it. And then I blinked, and 20 years passed. And
where did my life go?
This book is hundreds of dollars now. But my shop got it in. I paid a fair price for it. I don't think I got my pants pulled down on it. I also didn't pull his down on it. So, I think I paid a fair price. and it's a nice copy. It's over. I would say it's probably an 8.5. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's clean. It's got a couple of little nicks, and that's it. But the new Teen Titans run itself is, as I said earlier, there's 2 books that made comics grown up, 2 ongoing books, and it's New Teen Titans and Uncanny X-Men. Yep. And this is really lays the groundwork for literally decades of stuff that DC does afterwards.
Still doing to this day.
Oh yeah.
All right, number 1, Comics on the Mind.
I had a hard time with this. I was stuck in between 2 books, but of course I have to go with She-Hulk #1. That's a book I've been going after. I've been trying to get for a long time. I remember when I could have had it for $30, but I was like, no, don't worry, I'll get that book later on, and boom, now it's over $100. But I was also teetering between that and Iron Man 55, First Appearance of Thanos. That was a book that I was looking at when I first got into collecting, and I didn't know what key issues were. And I was just like, let's see what the First Appearance of Thanos is. How much is that book? Oh my gosh, that's an expensive ass book.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, but it's still a book that I would love to have one these days. One day. There's more than just one first appearance in there. There was a bunch of them.
Yeah. In those, there's like Drax, there's the Blood Brothers that really no one gives a shit about. But yeah, it's mostly Star Fox before he was Star Fox. He was like Eros.
Yeah, Eros, yeah.
And then he became all date rapey later on that She-Hulk had to defend that bastard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that happened. Comics.
I think I remember you telling us about that one time. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, if you want to find the issue, it's in a Greg Horn painted cover where it's Star Fox in his costume with She-Hulk on the cover, and they're kind of close together, and he looks a little bit embarrassed. That's the issue. So here's my number 1. I don't have my number 1, and it's a tie. So, like anything else, you always go to the next best thing. My number 1 is a tie between Incredible Hulk number 181 and GSX number 1, because you can't have one without the other. This is really where it all starts off. But much like how Miracleman was talking about throughout the episode, when these characters first appear, they are not the way that you imagine them today.
Very true.
It's not written particularly well. I mean, the punctuation's there. It would pass a 6th grade English class, but otherwise, it's just a quick fight. He shows up and he's gone, and that's that. And then all of a sudden,
does he say Bub?
He doesn't even say Bub.
Does not say Bub.
No.
All the mannerisms are not. None of the mannerisms are there.
Gotcha.
He's just some douchebag that shows up in a yellow outfit, tussles with the Hulk. It's not that big of a deal. And then he leaves because his unit calls him back to Canada. That part, at least, they got, because there was this young upcoming writer. He was a 26-year-old nobody by the name of Chris Claremont that was going to start taking over a canceled series. And that canceled series was X-Men. So without this, which is the 181, you really wouldn't have the modern X-Men as you have it today. And that is the list of the top 10 out of the top 100 key collector comics for the top 100 of Bronze Age comics. Well, now that we got through all that and we lost Lady Fantastic, because oh my god, if she was here, could you imagine how much longer this would be going for? We'd be going till 1 a.m. It's almost 12:30. Thank you all.
Good thing I'm in Cali.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Lady Fantastic. Thank you, Miracleman, Comics on the Mind, and screw you, Rob. But for everybody else that shows up regularly, thank you all. We love you. Those that watch us on the replay, thank you so much. We'll be back next Wednesday, which will be Thanksgiving Eve. We are not taking on unless we find out one of us has COVID. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Don't die, everybody. So what we do at the end of every episode, we kind of go around and say, go ahead and promote yourself. And I already lost that banner. No, there it is. Starting off, Miracleman. Anything going on in the world of Mota?
Well, let's see. I'll probably be doing, well, not probably. I'll be doing a show again with my friend Erin on this Friday on her Twitch, where we just kind of, again, talk about comics. Very loose formats, kind of just her and I hanging out and just talking about cool books. So I'll be posting that on my Twitter account if you want to come over and catch us over there. Let's see. Other than that, come on by and see me on Twitter at Komodo1977. We can talk about comics. We can talk about some fucking loser, and we all know which loser.
Variety loser.
Oh yeah. We can talk about that orange fucking loser. And other than that, that's it. Thank you everybody for coming out and watching the show. Not coming out, or for watching the show. This week is Trans Awareness Week. So Trans Lives Matter and trans rights. And fuck you, Twitter, for putting up trans rights and never actually doing any of your protection shit. Other than that, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Comics on the Mind is next. Go ahead. What's going on in the world of comics?
What is going on in the world of comics? As you guys know, besides the show, I do another show on Thursdays called The Teacher's Lounge, where we talk about teaching, comics, and everything else in between. That show is at 9 Cali time. Well, not Cali, West Coast time, because Gorilla Ty's not from Cali, but he's close. But, come by. You don't have to be a teacher if you ever want to join us in a conversation. Everybody's welcome. Besides that, I am also going to be on a show this Saturday. Ooh, what show is that going to be? I freaking love comics. I'm going to be on their show on Saturday. So come by and join us. Check it out. It should be a fun conversation. And then I'll have some stuff posted on IG soon. I have a couple of haul boxes that I have to, or haul videos I have to do. So stay tuned for those. But besides that, you see me lurking in the chats somewhere around here.
So check out Comics on the Mind. Check out Kimota, because next week we're going to be having I Love Freaking Comics on this show right here. Joda and Robo. Hells yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And it's Thanksgiving. I'm sending out a package to all the people on our show, not you guys at home there. Sorry about y'all. But we might be doing a Black Friday auction on Caroline's page, Lady Fantastic. So make sure that you're subbed up to Caro _ what is it, like 89, I think? I'll have to look.
Yes, I think so.
But make sure that you're subbed to her Instagram page. She'll let everybody know. If not, otherwise, breaking news is that I Love Celebration will be held on Cade's channel, which is Burning Block About 99. There's going to be prizes, which will include the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill and Thor 337 and other prizes, because Cade just hit 1,000 followers on YouTube, and Rena has a new book coming out, which is strange. It feels like this show just last year just promoted her book, and now she has another one, which just leads me to believe one thing and one thing only. A kid that's not even 30 years old is writing faster than George R.R. Martin does with his Game of fucking Thrones series. Get on that shit, buddy. All right. So this is the Not Near Mint cast. I thank you all for joining us tonight. Click the thumbs up to let us know that you liked us, or click thumbs down. We don't care, because it just registers as a fact that you actually viewed us. And Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. A few of you have today during Kat's broadcast. So thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you, old subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Keep collecting comic books. Treat other people the way that you treat your comic books. You know, keep them in nice condition. Treat them with love. Love your comics. Don't punch them. But only punch Nazis. It's gratifying. So thank you, everybody. This has been the Not Near Mint Show. We'll see you next week at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, regular bat channel. Thank you very much. Good night, y'all.
Night,
Peace out,
everybody.
Good night. Keep comics on the mind.
Black Lives Matter. Trans Lives Matter. Helen fucking Mirren.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Rob Wurst, Lady Fantastic, Miracleman, and Comics on the Mind will be back next week. Same time, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Not Near Mint.